I hope you are doing well. Same here. Okay, so in our last class, we have discussed about some reading text, right? Do you remember what we have done? Yes, we have read one application letter, and then we had discussed the questions there, right? So today we are focusing on grammar activities, okay? So you know that why do we read grammar? We read grammar for using the language correctly. Good. Okay, so before starting today's class, I'd like to ask you some questions. Are you ready? Good. Okay, so I'm going to read some statements, okay? If the statement is true for you, listen to me very carefully, okay? I'm going to read some statements, some sentences. If the sentences are true for you, then what will you do? You will repeat after me, okay? If it is not true for you, then just stay quiet. Did you get what I meant to say? Yes, you are going to repeat the sentences which are true for you. Okay, which are true for you. Okay, so let's begin. Look at here, the first sentence. I should eat a lot of salt in curry. Yes, some of you are repeating. That's great. Okay. And some of you are quiet. Yeah, it's okay. For myself, I need a lot of salt in my curry. Okay. So if it is true for you, yes, you have repeated it. And for some of you, it is not true. So you had just stay quiet, right? The same thing you are doing again. Look at next sentence. I can climb a tree. Some of you are repeating. That's great. And some of you are quiet. It's okay. So next one. I must wash my hands before eating. Okay. All of you are repeating. That's great. We must wash our hands before eating. Okay. So next one. I can't play the guitar. Most of you are saying the same. Okay, that's good. I mustn't listen to music during classes. Yes, you are repeating. We mustn't listen to music during classes. If I don't learn, I may fail the test. Good? Yes, we have to learn, okay, to pass the test. Next one, I mustn't eat in class. All of you are repeating. That's great. Yes, we mustn't eat in class. I would love to dance. Yes, some of you are saying. That's good. I shall clean my room myself. Yes, you are grown up now, right? You are in class 6. So you have to clean your surrounding, your room yourself. Okay? Okay, good. Thank you so much for your participation. So you have repeated the sentences which were true for you and which were not true for you. You just stayed quiet. That's good. So now, let's read some more sentences. Look at here. Would you mind closing the window? Can you repeat after me? Would you mind closing the window? Could you please help me hanging those shirts? Okay. I can swim faster than you. Good. I hope you are repeating after me, right? Yes. Or together, you can read together with me. Okay. So, I will work hard. You may go now. He might be coming back. May I use your pencil? Okay. So can you guess that what's going on here? Like in these sentences, I have used different color, right? You can see there would, could, can, will, may, might, may again. They are in red color. So what may be the reason behind it? Can you guess? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, it's okay. So let's move ahead. Can you guess what we are reading in our today's class? Maybe something related to would, could, can, may, might, right? Okay, good. So these are called modal auxiliaries. What are called modal auxiliaries? You know auxiliary verbs? Am, is, are, was, were. We had done in our last classes, right? We had discussed about that. So modal auxiliaries are also some of them, right? So what I had highlighted or used different colors. Can you remember the words? Would, could, then can, okay, may, good. So look at here, will, would, may, might, can, and could. So these were the words I had used in red color, right? So these are modal auxiliaries. Okay, so today in our class, we are discussing on some of the modal auxiliaries, not all. So look at the letter which we have read in our last class. Yeah, I already told you that in our last class, we have done some exercises related to letter, right? So let's read this letter just for revision, as well as you have some other work to do. Okay, so your work is, at first, you will read this letter and then you will underline all the sentences in the letter with will or would. What? Can you repeat it? Yes, you will read the letter and then underline the sentences with what? Will and would. Good. Okay, so let's begin. I will read together with you. You are reading with me, okay? And then you will underline them. Okay, are you ready, everyone? Good. April 5th, 2020. The principal, Sri Padmodaya Secondary School, Kathmandu. Subject, application for sick leave. Dear ma'am, with due respect, I would like to inform you that I will not be able to come to school tomorrow as I am suffering from fever. The doctor has suggested me to take medicine and take a rest for some days. I am visiting the doctor tomorrow. Therefore, I request you to grant me leave for a day. I shall be very grateful to you. Your obedient student, Mukesh Sharma, grade 6. Okay, so this is the letter. Now, I'll give you 2-3 minutes to find out the sentence with will and would and underline that. Okay, good. Go ahead. Thank you so much. Now, check your answer. Okay, whether you have underlined the same sentence or not. Look at here, the same letter. Okay, so you can see, I would like to inform you. Okay, I would like to inform you, this is one, that I will not be able to come to school tomorrow. Okay, so these are the sentence. So this is the sentence where we can find would and will. Okay, so let's move ahead. Now let's study some sentences from the textbook. From your textbook, we are going to read some sentences. Okay, we are in Unit 3, right? Good. So look at the sentences there. I will be there tomorrow. I will be there tomorrow. I would meet my aunt if I went to my village. Could you bring me a notebook? Can I use your pencil? Okay, so here you can see modal auxiliaries, right? Will, would, could, and can, right? So let me write here modal auxiliaries. Okay, modal auxiliaries. So what are they? There from your textbook? Good. Will. Then, good. Would. After this, good. Could. And the last one, can. Yes, thank you so much. So these are the modal auxiliaries which we are discussing in our today's class, right? Where do we use will, where we use would, and could, and can. Okay, so you can see there in the sentence, I will be there tomorrow. Okay, future uncertain thing. Okay, not certain, surely it's not, the speaker is not sure about that. Okay, but maybe type of, right? So I will be there tomorrow. There is high chance, but not 100%, right? So I would meet my aunt if I went to my village. There is also, we can see uncertainty, right? I would meet my aunt. Could you bring me a notebook? Okay, this is making request, okay? So, yeah, bring me a notebook. You have notebook, so could you bring for me? Yeah, something like that. So, could you, right? Can I use your pencil? When do we use this type of sentence? Okay, good, for asking permission. Okay, you are asking for permission whether you can be able to do that or not. For that, you use can. So can I use your pencil? Okay, sometimes the person may say that, no, you can't. Sometimes they may say that, yes, you can. But without asking for permission, we should not use others' things. Okay, first we have to ask for permission, then only you can use others' belongings, right? So for asking permission, what do we use? Yes, can we will use. So can I use your pencil? Other sentence maybe, yeah, can I use your ruler, right? Something like that. So will, would, could, and can. These are modal auxiliaries. So let's do some more examples or sentences discuss, and then of course you will understand what it is. So what is a modal verb then? Do you have any idea? Modal verbs. Okay, good. You can see here modal verbs, right? So modal verb is an auxiliary verb. I already told you that. Modal verb is auxiliary verb, right? So not all auxiliary verbs are modal verbs. Remember that. Modal verb is an auxiliary verb that expresses necessity or possibility. Okay, necessity or possibility. Okay, I may do, I will do, I can do. These are different things, right? So different modal auxiliaries are there. So modal auxiliaries, can you repeat? Can you read this sentence? Modal verb is an auxiliary verb that expresses necessity or possibility. Okay, so look at here. English modal verbs include what? You can say will, would, could, can, and others as well, right? Must, shall, will, should, would, can, could, may, might, right? These are all modal verbs, right? So, but we are not reading all. We are reading just only will, would, could, and can. They used to indicate modality of the sentence, okay? That is ability. For example, I can swim. That's my ability, right? I can swim. Permission, like, can I use your pencil? You have done that already, right? And possibility is, like here, I may pass exam with good score, right? So different sentences we can make using modal verbs. They are used to ask or give permission, right? Can I use your pencil? You have asked, right? You have read the sentence. Can I use your pencil? That is asking for permission. And for giving permission, yes, you can. Okay, can we can use. Make offer. Okay, would you prefer tea or coffee? Would you prefer tea or coffee? This is making offer. And responding offer also will be there. Okay, invite and make request. Okay, so for making request, could you, would you, we can use. So these are the modal verbs. You can see here can, could, must, have to, should, would, will, shall. Okay, so many modal verbs are here. Okay, once again, let's repeat. Modal verb is an auxiliary verb that expresses necessity or possibility. They are used, what are? Modal verbs. Okay, good. Modal verbs are used to ask or give permission, make offer, invite, and make request. Okay, so for this purpose, we use modal verbs. So let's read some more sentences here. Let's see some more examples of modal verbs. Can, could, will, and would. We are just discussing on that, okay? They could come by car. They could come by car. Possibility, right? My dad will be in his office. Okay? We will see you tomorrow. Okay, in future, we will see you tomorrow. It can be very cold in winter. Possibility, right? It can be very cold in winter. She could be at home. Okay, she could be at home. Similarly, we would be late. We would be late. The baby wouldn't go to sleep. Maybe the baby had already slept in the daytime, right? So the baby wouldn't go to sleep. You cannot be serious. Okay, this is the time to be happy, so you cannot be serious. Okay, so these are some of the sentences with can, could, will, and would. Okay, good. So let's move ahead. There is an example or an exercise there in your textbook. Okay, maybe you have already seen that. Complete the given sentences with will, would, can, and could in the textbook. You are using pencil, okay? What you are going to do now? Good. You are going to complete the given sentences with will, would, can, and could. Okay. So I'll give you 5 minutes. Within that time, you have to complete it. Okay? Yes, please go ahead. Now, let's discuss answers. What you have written. Okay, don't worry, I do it myself. You should not worry about whether I can do or not, but yes, you should not worry, you should not take tension. So what do you have written? Okay, good. Don't worry, I can do it myself. I don't need your help. Okay, I can do it myself. I could do it myself is okay. Is it right? I could do. No, it's not. I can do it myself. Yes. Next one. I'm sure it happened. What do you have written? Good. Excellent. So, will. I'm sure it will happen. Okay. I hope they come to meet me tomorrow. They, what will be? Could, would, what is? Good, will. I hope they will come to meet me tomorrow. Good. If I were you, I tell about it to the teacher. Will. No. What it is? Good. Would. So, if I were you, I would tell about it to the teacher. I go to hospital if I were sick. Can? Will? No, yes. It is would again. I would go to hospital if I were sick. You please bring me a chart paper. Okay, could you please bring me a chart paper? Excellent. So next one, you take a message, please. What is that? Could you take a message, please? Great. You go home now. What is? Could, would. It is can. You can go home now. I ask you a question. What is? Would? No. Yes, you are very good. You are correct. Can I ask you a question? Okay. It be very cold this winter. Okay, this is guessing possibility. It will be very cold this winter. So in this way, we can use modal auxiliaries in our sentences. Okay, will, can, could, would, okay, like this type of things we can use. So I'd like to show you one conversation between A and B. Let's read the following conversation with will, would, can, could. Okay, and then you have to know that how can we use can, could, will, would in our daily life as well. Frequently we can use them. Look at here. A and B, they are talking with each other. Could I borrow your ruler, please? Certainly, here you are. So look at here. Could I borrow your ruler, please? What it is? It is asking for permission with request. Okay, here is making request, you will say. Did you get? For making request, we will use could and please. Could I borrow your ruler, please? Other sentence can you make like this? Okay. Could I borrow your pencil, please? Yes. Or other thing? Could I borrow or could I use? Right. Or could I do something? Or etc. You can. Next one. Can I help you? When we will see somebody is in difficult situation and we'd like to help, then how can we ask for permission or offer? Can I help you? No thanks, I'm just waiting for my friend. Okay, so can I help you is also one of the sentence with modal auxiliaries, right? So look at here. Would you like another coffee? This is making offer. Okay. When we'd like to offer something to other, we can use would, right? So here is saying, no thanks. If we don't need any offer, then how do we reply? Yes, no thanks, we will say. If we want, then yes, you would. Right, okay. So would you like another coffee? No thanks. These are the conversations. So look at here, some more. Will you pass me the salt, please? Will you pass me the salt, please? Okay. Okay, is saying number B, right? So this is also making request. Will you pass me the salt, please? If we want to make other person work for us, then do we ask rudely? No, we will make request. Okay, so when we have to make request, we'll use modal auxiliaries. For making offer, for making request, okay, for asking permission, we use modal auxiliaries. Repeat once again. When do we, or why do we use modal auxiliaries in our sentences? Okay, we use modal auxiliaries in our sentences for making request, for asking or giving permission, or for making offer. Okay, I'd like to write here use of modal auxiliaries for making offer. Okay, we use another for asking permission. Then next one is for making request. So for this purpose, we use modal auxiliaries. Okay, for making offer, for asking permission, and for making request, we use modal auxiliaries. So I'm again going to give you one exercise. Okay, are you ready to do? So look at here. Complete the given sentences with will, would, can, and could. Anyone you can use for them. Okay, so again I'm going to give you some time. You try, and if you have any confusion, okay, you can ask me. You should remember will, would, could, or can. Can, could, you can say. Will, would, can, could we use for making offer, for asking permission, and then for making request. Okay, if we'd like to make request, then generally we use could or would. Would you mind turning on the light, please? Right, we can say. Would it be possible, or something you can use. For simple sentence also you can make using could or would, okay, for making request. For making offer as well, you can use would generally, and then also will you can use. And then asking for permission, generally we use can. Can I go out, or can I do something? Okay, in that way we will use for asking permission. I hope you are getting the idea. Are you? Yes. So remember these things, and then accordingly you have to try the example there. Okay, you try to complete the given sentences. I'm here with you. If you can't, then I will help. But always remember these things. For making offers, asking permission, and making request, we use this will, would, can, could, modal auxiliaries. Okay, so now let's begin. I'll give you 5 minutes. Within that time, you complete the given sentences with will, would, can, could, and we will discuss the answers. Okay? Good. So John be in his office. Can be, could be, will be, would be. What you have written? Okay, good. You have written will be in his office. Okay, John will be in his office. Will be late. What can be? Can be late, could be late, would be late, or will be late. Okay, we will be late, right? I thought, okay, in past, I thought we be late. Will be late, or okay, would be late. Good. I thought we would be late. Okay, so you please be quiet. What will be there? For making request, right? You are making request, so what will you say? Good. Would you please be quiet? Okay, would you please be quiet? This is what type of sentence? Okay, making request. Okay, so they come by car. What will be? They would come by car. They could come by car. Okay, good. They could come by car. Okay, so it be very cold here in winter. So would be, could be, can be, will be. What will be there? Good. You are correct. Okay, it can be very cold here in winter. Okay, can be very cold in winter, but it's not 100% sure, right? So can be in winter. Generally, you can say that it is cold, so it can be very cold here in winter. Okay, so you easily get lost in this town. Do you know that if you are visiting in a big town and you are all alone, then what happens? Yes, of course, you may easily get lost in this town, but you are not using may. You have to use will, would, can, could. So what will you do? You easily get lost in this town. So, okay, you can easily get lost in this town. So whenever you have to visit town or city areas, you cannot go alone. Okay, never try to go alone. If you go, then you can easily get lost. Okay, so Nisu is tall. Nisu is tall. She reached the ceiling. Have you ever seen some person reaching the ceiling? Okay, so what would you like to write here? What you have written there? Nisu is tall. She, okay, good. She can reach the ceiling. Okay, so we have read about modal auxiliaries in our today's class. Modal auxiliaries are the part of auxiliary verbs. Okay, within that auxiliaries, these are also the auxiliaries there. So auxiliary verbs are helping verbs. Okay, and modal auxiliaries we use for asking for permission, for making request, or for making offers, right? And also we can use it for expressing our ability. Okay, whether I can do or cannot do, something like that. Okay, ability, possibility, certainty. Okay, for these we use modal auxiliaries. Okay, so can you tell that what are modal auxiliaries? Modal auxiliaries are the auxiliary verbs which shows what? Necessity or possibility. Okay, and generally we use them for making request, for making offer, okay, and for asking for permission. Okay, so I hope you have understood, you have learned about modal auxiliaries in our today's class. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.